ninth grade, they're either bored to death or they don't feel like they can perform with the students that have had a significant amount of practice time, and then they drop out and the numbers go down. I know personally, in the past 2 years, my numbers have dropped at Northwood by 35 students, just in the marching band alone. And I can get into a lot more numbers and reasons for that. But we need at least another band director position, and preferably 2 more band director positions, so that the students get the time that they deserve to continue the program. Because what people look at is the high school program being a representation of the community. If the high school program is almost non-existent because the students haven't gotten the time, then it disappears completely. And it's a reverse process, and you have to fix it from the bottom. You cannot say, we've got to have more kids in the high school band. We've got to have more kids in the high school band and do nothing about the middle school program. And that's what's going on. I just want to make sure the public is aware of that.
Oh, y'all one high school I know have a high school band teacher and one that don't share. Some counties does that?
No, there are a lot of counties that share, but they have, most of the counties in our surrounding area will have a middle school band director and a high school director, and then the middle school helps with the high school director. That's typical. Here, I am the only high school director that has a high school. Now, for 6 years, I was here at Horton and at Northwood. I built the program up so big at Northwood, they had no choice but to make me there full time. But now the program's starting to go back down a little bit because the students aren't being seen. Horton gets seen every day, but North Chatham, Cary, Harrison, all the other middle schools do not get seen every day or for an ample number of minutes.
Is it a money issue or the fact?
I'm not sure. I don't know enough about it. I mean,
it's obviously even when you're in Northwood and Horton, it's always give the time to either one. If you're in 2 different places, right there, how do you do it?
Go ahead.
One of the problems with what Mr. Cottrell is talking about is the fact that we have K-8 schools. The elementary schools do not have specials every day. So that cuts down on the length of time. The middle schools, the true middle schools have specials every day. So that's one of the things to consider when we were talking about community schools and formats. That's something I think a lot of parents didn't realize when North Chatham K-8, that by not having that true middle school format, that they would lose the specials that their children were used to getting.
So I don't understand, why are they losing specials?
The elementary, the K-8 schools don't have enough time in their day.
But you said, I thought you said middle school.
The middle schools do.
Just the 6th. Oh, it's just the middle school,
right.
Not the middle school.
Right. So that's one of the things that contribute to it. The other thing is, as he said, and that's where the shared positions come in, or even through the middle school and elementary school. I don't know if the high schools are sharing any positions at Chatham Central or JM.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're sharing with the
I shared with Bennett, which is a K-8 school.
And you do specials how often? Like twice a week?
I'm there every single day in the morning, so the potential is there to have it work properly. It just hasn't been done yet.
It becomes a principle-based decision sometimes.
Yes.
It should be mandated by the county.
Well, and if you look at, I think a lot of parents have never taken the time to look at the standard course of study. North Carolina has a very complete standard course of study with benchmarks for every year. And when I read the benchmarks for what your entering freshmen should know, yours, Ryan's, Coral students, I don't think we come close to presenting you with freshman students that are prepared in the way the state says they should be for you to be able to achieve what they're supposed to in the next
There's
year.
a very low percentage of the 9 years that I've been here of students that are truly prepared as ninth graders to play their instrument.
So maybe the arts curriculum is not being taught in our school.
Well, as a
There's not. Go ahead.
At Perry Harrison, I will graduate at a 7th grade level, whereas everybody at Horton would be at 8th grade level. I will be 1 entire year behind them.
Because of the time.
Because then Michelle is between North Chatham and ours, so I have been either 2 or 3 times a week for 45 minutes, and so I will get to Northwood an entire year behind all the other kids there.
And I spend a grand amount of time trying to catch them up, and it slows down the students who are on the level they're supposed to be on. And it creates that lull, it creates that boredom, and it creates the fact that they don't want to do it anymore.
So,
and that's what we've got to avoid.
In terms of here tonight for a focus group, do you want to put that under the arts education and maybe be a subgroup, or do you want me to set it as a whole separate issue?
I just want it to be wherever it's gonna be to get the public.
Because what I see coming out of the focus groups, where you guys come to the school board with recommendations saying how to rearrange the schedule. So my question to you is, do you want to do that as a separate group, or do you want to do that as a subset of arts education?
I'm not sure I want to say who needs to do what for a schedule. I feel like the Chatham County, I think.
But the whole idea of this community focus group, if someone has to set up a group that's going to study this issue, and they're going to get input or do whatever, and they're going to come together as a group to the school board, maybe in between have a school board member liaison to go back and forth with that. At some point, you're going to come in front of the school board and say, here's what we found, here's the nationwide statistics, here's this, here's that, and here's what we recommend.
Sure.
So in terms of, and I'm going to call it band education.
Music education.
Instrumental.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's really a special problem.
We have, for example, we have 1 to 722 kids at North Chatham.
So you think to keep it under arts education, and that'll be, maybe you guys will have subsets or something. Okay, is that okay?
That's fine with me. I just want more awareness of all the aspects of it.
And part of the audit talks specifically about education content.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, that audit would play well into that, and then you guys can decide to present it as a group or a subgroup or however you want. Okay. And you,
I was here for the same reason.
okay.